Hi there guys, welcome to the vlog. So, as you know, well you probably don't know, but I am a huge Game of Thrones fan. I've seen every single episode probably 3 or 4 times. I love the show. I love the mystery and the kind of like the puzzle work that has to be done by the viewer while watching it. I mean, I could watch the seasons over and over again and find some new hidden little kind of clue in every episode each time I watch it that I never saw before. So for you fans out there, this Sunday was the new season premiere, and let me tell you guys, oh my god, things are starting to unfold in the Game of Thrones, and it is very exciting and thrilling. And let me just say, I got the same old feeling when the episode was over that I get every single time I watch this show, and that feeling is just kind of anger that it's over. Anyways, I just wanted to do kind of like a I guess a reaction to the episode and kind of go over what happened. So first off, opening scene. I mean, oh my goodness, Arya as Walder Frey. Whew. Arya has become totally ruthless, and I love her. I love that broad, man. Holy, she poisoned the whole house Frey. Got total retribution for the Red Wedding, and it was beautiful. And the best part was when Walder Frey's young wife there went to drink the wine that Arya had put poison in all the wine. She looked at her as Walder Frey and said, "Oh, you don't drink. You think I would waste good wine on a woman?" It was awesome. Like, Arya is a savage, and it's amazing. Anyway, so she got total retribution there, and right after she took care of business there, she hit the road, ran into Ed Sheeran, which I thought was kind of pretty lame. I mean, Arya's just riding her horse through the forest, and you hear freaking Ed Sheeran singing some stupid medieval melody, like... it was kind of stupid. We could have done without that, but I like when they asked Arya where she was heading, and she said, "Oh, I'm going to King's Landing to kill the Queen," and they thought it was a joke. But so Arya's heading for Cersei, and it's going to be brutal. Well, it's going to be awesome, but I could only imagine that how Arya is going to take care of business with Cersei is going to be just a total bloodbath. But that's going to be great. Next thing was the Hound. Hound is one of my favorite characters because he's kind of like me, kind of a dick. But I always knew inside the Hound had like a real soft spot because he's with Beric Dondarrion, and you know, the Hound's back at it. But I think he's a lot softer than he used to be. I think Arya kind of touched him in a way that brought out the better in the Hound. And they came across the farm where the Hound told there was a father and a daughter there, and the Hound, you know, told them they were going to starve to death or whatever. And lo and behold, they were dead. And I think that kind of hit the Hound pretty hard, and he ended up burying them and whatever. And Beric Dondarrion's guy there helped the Hound bury the bodies, and a key thing that happened actually was the Hound looked into the fire, and he finally kind of understands what these guys who are kind of worshiping the Lord of Light are talking about, because the Hound looked into the fire and he was asked what did he see, and he basically saw, we got a little bit of a teaser preview online with kind of like a scene with Jon Snow, Beric Dondarrion, and I forget who else was there, but they were in a battle with White Walkers, and I could only imagine north of the wall. But basically, the Hound saw this whole scene in the light, the fire in the light. So he kind of understands what Beric is kind of talking about now. But yeah, it was an interesting little scene there. But yeah, they end up burying the bodies, and Beric's buddy helped them, and I think the Hound and him kind of meshed together. So I think they'll make quite a good team on the battlefront. And what else happened? Oh yeah, Euron Greyjoy sails to King's Landing to meet the frickin' wicked Cersei. And he wants her to be his queen. And Cersei needs his boats if she wants to go north, really, because she needs to get there faster than really riding or marching, because it is winter and they can't feed an army, really, as the Kingslayer Jaime Lannister told her. It's winter time and they're a southern army, so they don't know how to fight a war in the winter time. But Euron said she denied him his marriage proposal, but he left and said that he was going to retrieve her something that would change her mind. Now, I don't know what Euron is after, or what he's going to go and try and find. Hey, maybe it's a dragon egg, maybe it's a Targaryen sword. Who knows, guys? But obviously, that's going to be something very important that Euron's going to get if he thinks that's going to change Cersei's mind. But I'm curious to see what that will be. Another thing, back to Winterfell, Jon and Sansa, they're kind of butting heads. Now, Jon's trying to address his alliances and whatnot, and Sansa's kind of arguing with him a little bit. And I didn't like that, because, that's not Sansa's place to be butting heads with Jon Snow about how he's going to run things and run the battlefront. I thought that was kind of brutal, and I thought Jon should have put her in her place. But and I don't like the fact that she's kind of somewhat all right with Littlefinger, because I hate that bastard. He's a dirty, slimy. I just don't like him. I don't trust him. I still think he had a hand in the Red Wedding. I'm not sure, but I just don't like him at all. So Jon and Sansa, they're butting heads, but Jon kind of took her aside, up on the catwalks after, and kind of told her, this is how it is, and this is the way that Ned would have done things. So that was kind of cool. Jon makes the Karstarks re-pledge to the north, which was kind of cool, and I like how Jon, and that's what Jon and Sansa were arguing about, because Sansa wanted to give the Karstark castle to the people who helped the Starks, not betrayed them, because the Karstarks betrayed the Starks when Ramsay was doing his whole bullshit thing. But I like the way Jon went with it, and he wasn't going to penalize the new era of Karstarks for the elders' bad decisions. So the two younger Karstarks re-pledged to Jon and to serve the North, and that was really cool. And I think Jon really gained a lot of respect and a lot of power from that, which was awesome. It's so exciting, guys. All this stuff is so exciting. So much happened in this just one premiere. Jon talks about dragon glass and how that is the key to defeating White Walkers. Now, Jon wants to find out where dragon glass is, and he wants to mine as much of it as possible and put as many bodies mining it as possible. He just needs to find out where it is. Now, this is where Sam comes into play. Sam's at the Citadel studying to be a maester. So let's start off with Sam's. They did kind of like a funny scene. Sam's you know, cleaning and changing chamber pots, and, you know, he's, you know, and they just, it was kind of not really like a Game of Thrones scene, because it was just over and over. They were trying to get like a humor thing about it, but I think they took it a little too far. It was funny how they just, you know, showed him over and over again changing the chamber pots. It was just, you know, this is Game of Thrones, guys. It's a serious show, and I think that scene, it just didn't really fit. But anyways, Sam steals one of the Maester's keys and goes into the lockup of books that are reserved only for head Maesters. Okay, so Sam takes a bunch of books, and he's sitting there reading a book, and he finds where the dragon glass is. So I'm pretty sure the dragon glass was somewhere under Dragonstone. It might be Valyria. Don't quote me on that, but it's either Dragonstone or Valyria. Anyways, I think it's Dragonstone, because that's where Daenerys is going. And I think when Sam sends the raven, which he does send a raven to Jon, as soon as he finds out where that dragon glass is, he sends a raven to Jon. And that's what's so cool about Sam. He is so loyal to Jon. So he sends a raven. I think it's Dragonstone where the dragon glass is. And I think that's how we will see Jon and Daenerys meet up and maybe get together, get the freak on a little bit. But because Jon will go to get the dragon glass and get a mine set up, and he's going to have to make some sort of deal with Daenerys, and that's how that's going to go down, I think. But then I think Jon will return right to the north, because he's waiting on those White Walkers. I even think he might go north of the wall again because of this preview, this battle scene we saw. But yeah, what else happened? Oh, Sam runs into Jorah. Now, I don't know if Sam knows that it's Jorah, but Sam's collecting the dinner dishes from the cells of the sickened people. Now, as you know, Maesters are kind of like doctors as well, and they know how to heal, they know how to make medicine and cure, I guess, diseases back in the day or whatever. But as Sam's grabbing one of the dishes, a gray-scaled arm comes out, and it's Jorah. And he asks Sam, I think he says, "Is she here yet?" Now, he's referring to Daenerys. He wants to know what she's up to. But his armor is totally grayscale, guys. So that answers the question of where Jorah went to find a cure for grayscale. He went to the Citadel. Yeah. Awesome show, guys. And finally, how it ends, Daenerys arrives with her huge fleet of Greyjoy, Theon Greyjoy. As you know, Theon and his sister sailed to the unruled cities and met up with Daenerys, and now she has their fleet and they're kind of with her. So they arrive at Dragonstone, and it's this big epic scene, and they open the gates, and it's all amazing dragons carved into all the walls and everything, and they go up and they open the main room where the throne is, and you think she's gonna go up and sit on the throne and, you know, claim her spot at, you know, ruling Dragonstone. Nope. This chick means business, guys. She marches right past the throne into the back room where the painted table sits. Now, the painted table is a painted table of Westeros, and it's kind of like a battle planning map. So she heads this table, and you have Tyrion and Varys. She heads this table, and the episode ends by her giving you those cold blue eyes just staring at you, and she says, "Shall we begin?" Epic. It's either shall we begin or should we get started. I can't remember, but same shit, but it was awesome, guys. It was epic. And then of course you get the dun, 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 and the credits roll. And that's where Chris goes, "Gah, damn it! Keep playing! I want to watch the whole thing over and over again." But I just wanted to give you guys a roll through about what happened and what I think is going to happen. I've been watching, now there's a channel on YouTube that I subscribe to. It's called The Last Harpy. This guy's phenomenal. He knows his facts about Game of Thrones. You can tell that he's read the books and he's watched the seasons over and over again. And I follow him, I subscribe to him on YouTube. That's The Last Harpy. And he's got some pretty damn good theories about what's gonna go down and what has gone down and who's really who. Oh, don't want to give too much away there. But yeah, check out, if you want spoilers, check out his channel. It's The Last Harpy. I mean, I'm addicted to it. I mean, pretty much all Saturday evening I was watching his stuff. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. I love the Game of Thrones. I hope you do too, because it's a great, great, great show. And I think I'm going to be doing a little bit of a reaction to every episode this season. Yeah, it'll be like a weekly thing. Anyways, this is the MacJack, over and out.